Good morning, kiddos. Are you ready for the new topic? It is multiplication and associated division facts. Okay, so I'm just going to read what is written here. Just try to understand. I'll also explain you what this is about. It is very important to know the multiplication tables up to 10 times 10. This will help you with many harder calculations, right? So you need to know tables till 10. That will make it very easy for you to solve the problems, because in any problem you take, if you know 10 tables, that is excellent. Okay, you don't have to know 20 tables to solve the problems. I can suggest you just be perfect with 10 tables and you're gonna rock it. Okay, chalo. So yeah, what is a multiplication grid here? Yeah, we have a multiplication grid here, right? So let's just see what is this about. The multiplication grid below looks like a lot of facts to remember. It can be made easier. Did you understand? Just look at the numbers in the rows and numbers in the columns. So what are they doing here? It is just a simple multiplication grid. How to write that? Just forget there are numbers. Just forget about all the numbers which are inside. Okay, just concentrate only on the first row and first column. Okay, what are the numbers you see in the first row? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. In the column, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10, right? So to get the first number here, what are they doing? 1 times 1 is 1. Yeah, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. It is nothing but one table in the first row. In the second row, it is 2 table. 2 times 1, 2. 2 twos are 4. 2 times 3 is 9. Right? So, 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14. So, it is 2 table. In the third row, it is 3 table. In the fourth row, it is 4 table. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So all 10 tables are written in a multiplication grid. Yeah, that is why he said it is very important to know the multiplication tables up to 10 times 10. Okay, there are some facts which he explained here. Okay, let's just have a quick look. The following facts will help you. Like how? Okay, let me just read these points, you will understand. The order you multiply doesn't matter. 7 times 8 is the same as 8 times 7. This halves the number of facts to learn. Did you understand? What did they mean by that? Let's take a number. 1 times 2. Can you write 1 times 2 as 2 times 1? Yeah, you can, because it is multiplication. So yeah, when you're multiplying numbers, it doesn't matter the place values of the numbers. Okay, you can write numbers like anyway, like in any way. Okay, so you can write the numbers like 2 times 4 or 4 times 2. It's still the same. The answer which you get from 2 times 4 is 8, and from 4 times 2 is also 8. So it doesn't make any difference the way the position. If you change the positions of the numbers, it doesn't change the answer. Okay, all you have to know is that. Now, what is the next fact? Multiplying a number by 1 doesn't change the number. Example, 4 times 1 equals 4. Understood? So, you can take any number you want. The greatest number also, when multiplied by 1, it can be any number. Multiply with 1, the resulting value will be the same number. Okay, there won't be any change in the number. Let's take 999 times 1. That still gives you 999. Do you see any change in the number? No. But in addition, yeah, you might. It becomes 1000. In subtraction, it becomes 998, right? But when you multiply the numbers, you can multiply any number with 1, but still the answer will be the original number. Okay, there is no change in the number. Clear? Now, multiplying a number by 10 means you can just write a 0 after the number. Understood? Let's just take 8 times 10. What is 8 times 10? 80. Instead of multiplying the number with 0, you can simply multiply 8 and 1. 8 times 1 gives us 8. Then you can add a 0 to it. What if you have 8 times 1000? So do you seriously think that you have to multiply 8 times 1000? No, you just have to multiply 8 times 1. That gives you 8, and you can add the zeros, remaining zeros to it. It is 8000. Okay, what if you have a number like 28 times 1000? What do you do? Do you seriously want to do it this way? 1000 times 28? No, right? It's gonna take a lot of time. So it is in a simple way. It's just you multiply 28 times 1. 28 times 1 gives you 28, right? So how many zeros do we have after 1? 3 zeros. Just add 3 zeros to it. So it is 28,000. Clear? Now, multiplying by 2 is the same as doubling the number. What did you understand from this? Multiplying by 2 is the same as doubling the number. So let's take 6. If you multiply 6 with 2, the answer you get is 12. So when you're taking 12, just tell me what are the numbers when doubled gives you 12. 6 and 6, right? 6 plus 6 gives us 12. So that is what he is trying to explain. Multiplying by 2 is the same as doubling the number. Okay, multiplying a number with 2 still give you the same answer. If you take the same number and double it twice, it will still give you the same answer. For example, one more example, 7 times 2 is 14. What are the two numbers when added gives you 14? 7, 7. Okay, the same number, if you double it twice, it still gives you the same answer. Yeah, understood? Okay, good. So now we are done with the facts. Now let's just start with the example problems. Okay, what do we have here? Look, now there are fewer multiplication facts to learn. Okay, I think you know this because we already did this multiplication grid. It is same like, it is a complete multiplication grid, and here this one is incomplete. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to fill the boxes which are incomplete and write the answers wherever necessary. Okay, yeah, so did you understand this multiplication grid? Yeah, so we have one more multiplication grid here where you have 3, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 7, 8 in the rows and columns. Okay, so what are the tables they are doing here? What multiplication table we have here? 3, 6, 7, 8, right? So all you have to do is you have to multiply one row with one column, one number from your row with one number from your column, and then first number from your column to second number from your row. It goes like this: 3 3s are 9, 3 6s are 18, 3 7s are 21, 3 8s are 24. Okay, the same way, 6 tables: 6 3s are 18, 6 6s are 36, 6 7s are 42, 6 8s are 48. Understood how to do it? Now 7. For 7, everything is filled except this one blank, right? So 7 3s are 21, 7 6s are 42, 7 7s are 49, 7 8s are 56. That's right. Okay, so 56 comes here. So for 8 table he written everything. So you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, now can we start with exercise problems? So what is the first question we have here? Copy and complete this mixed up table grid as fast as you can. Okay, so now he did not give you the numbers in order, even the rows and columns. He did not give you in order. There is 4 6 9 2 7 3 5 8. Then in the column we have 7 2 6 8 8 3 5 9 4, right? So you know the process how to do it. First take 7 and multiply with all these numbers and all these boxes will be filled. Then take the next number, same process, then the next, remaining all the numbers has to be done in the similar way. Okay, then you can fill this multiplication grid. Okay, now what is the second bit? Workout problems. So what do we see here? Problems with multiplication and problems with division. Okay, let's just do that. I'll do two problems for you. Okay, I'll explain the first two problems. Let's take the 1a, which is 4 times 8. See, to do multiplication and divisions, you should know tables, right? So please be perfect with how many tables? 2 till 10. Okay, 2 to 10 tables you need to be perfect. Yeah, so once you know these tables perfectly, then you can do wonders with your multiplications and divisions. Okay, it will be very easy for you to solve all the multiplication and division problems. Yeah, let me tell you, I really mean it. Okay, so now let's solve this. 4 times 8 is what? So in this number, as I told you, you can write it, you can write the question as 4 times 8 or 8 times 4. The answer which you get from both of these is still the same. Okay, what is 4 times 8? If you do not know that way, you can do it this way. What is 8 times 4? 32? Right. What is 4 times 8? It is still 32, right? So your answer doesn't change. Even if you change the places, answer doesn't change at all. Okay, so the answer for 4 times 8 is 32. Now let's just do the B question. It is 63 divided by 9. For divisions, there is this trick you should know. If you don't want to do the division way, like how we normally do, if you don't want to do it this way, you can simply look at these two numbers and which one is the dividend and which one is the divisor from this. The first number is the dividend and the second number, this will be the divisor. So always remember, the divisor comes outside and then dividend goes inside. Yeah, so always for the division problems, take 9, which is divisor, and multiply with a number such that the resulting value should be 63. Okay, so now you tell me, if you know 9 table, 9 times what gives you 63? What is it? What is it? 9 times 7, right? 9 sevens are 63. So the answer for 63 divided by 9 is 7. Okay, if you want to do the division method, even from this also you're gonna get the same answer. 9 times what gives you 63? 9 times 7 gives you 63. See, here the numbers are in such a way that you cannot take one number at a time and solve the division, right? So there are two numbers together. That is why I'm telling you, you should be perfect with all the 10 tables. Sometimes you get questions like this. You might be thinking, okay, what if I get 6 table and then the numbers are 9, 4, 6? Okay, so it will be easy for you to solve. You can take one number, one digit at a time, right? But what if you get questions like this? So it is mandatory that you know tables from 2 to 10. Please be perfect with 2 to 10 tables. Okay, you don't have to know any table beyond that, because if you know multiplication, then you will get all the answers if you know the tables till 10. Okay, so yeah, the remaining problems I want you to take it as homework. What are the remaining problems? C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So yeah, what is the next question we have? Jane earns $9 an hour. If she works for 9 hours, how much will she earn? Right? So I have to write statements for this. Okay, before writing statements, just tell me what type of problem is this. Is it division or multiplication? Try to understand the question. I'll just give it a read. Jane earns $9 an hour. Okay, for 1 hour she's earning how much? $9, right? What if she works for 9 hours? How much will she earn? Okay, now let's just write the statements. Third answer. So what is your first statement? Jane earns per hour equals $9. Yeah. So what is the second statement we have to write? She works for 9 hours. How much will she earn? The total, the number of hours. The number of hours she's working the number of hours she works equals how many? 9, right? So now you guys tell me, is it division or multiplication? Yeah, this is multiplication. Okay, if you have to find how much she's earning for 9 hours, what do? You'll multiply 9 with the amount she's earning for 1 hour, right? That is how you'll get total amount she's earning for 9 hours. Okay, so this is how it will be done. 9 times 9, $9 times 9 hours, that will be 9 nines are 81, which is 81 is what is the units for 81? It is rupee, it is dollars. Okay, so in question, what did he ask? How much will she earn? Jane earns $81 for how many hours? 9 hours. Okay, that's it. Now, fourth question. What is the fourth question? If Ryan shares $45 between his 5 children, how much do they each get? Yeah. So Ryan has how much amount with him? $45. Okay, and he's sharing that $45 in between 5 children. So when he's sharing that amount, the total sum of amount is $45, right? When he's sharing that amount in between 5 children, what do we do here? Multiplication or division? Of course it is division. Yeah, because we need to divide 5 with 45 so that we'll get a share of each child. Okay, now let's just write the statements. If Ryan shares $45, the amount Ryan shares equals $45. Yeah, the number of children equals how many? 5 children, right? Now it is a division. How do you divide? 45 divided by 5. I told you, this is the dividend, this is the divisor. Why this is divisor? Because we are dividing this total amount, this total share in between 5 students. So 5 children. That is why this becomes the divisor. So 45 divided by 5 gives us how much? So yeah, tell me, what is your divisor? 5, right? 5 times what gives us 45? That's right, 5 nines are 45. Now tell me, per child, how much share is going? $9. Yeah, that's right. How much do they each get? Each child gets $9 as their share. Clear? Good. Okay, so what is the fifth question we have? Learning more multiplication facts can speed up your working. Try these. They go up to 12 times 12 workout. Okay, so you need to know 12 table here. To know 12 table, if you know 1 and 2 table, that's enough. Okay, you can do the multiplication to find out the answers. So I just want you to work out all these problems. Okay, it is a simple division, simple multiplication and simple divisions. Yeah, I hope you can do this. Okay, what is the sixth question? A teacher organizing a school trip has 108 students to split into 12 each equal groups. How many students will there be in each group? So how many students do we have here? 108 students. Okay, we need to split them into 12 equal groups. What do we do here? Multiplication or division? We are nothing but dividing 108 students in 12 groups, right? So it is a simple division. So divide 108 by 12. Okay, so now what is the seventh question? In this example, the numbers in the squares are the product of the numbers in the circles. I'll explain you the first one. Topmost number is 5. Then we have 15. Then we have 35. So how did we get 35? And how did we get 15 here? Tell me. 5 threes are 15. 5 sevens are 35. 3 sevens are 21. So the middle numbers are nothing but the answers which we got when we multiplied the corner numbers. Okay, so this is a triangle, right? This is the shape in a triangle. How many corners do we have in a triangle? 1, 2, 3, right? So one is 5, one is 3, and one is 7. So when you multiply 5 and 3, you get 15. When you multiply 5 and 7, you get 35. 5 sevens are 35. And when you multiply 3 and 7, you get 21. 3 sevens are 21. Yeah, that's it. So now I want you to do this. Find the missing numbers from the diagrams below. So how do we do that? I'll explain you the first one. I want you to do the second one. Okay. 8 times 7. Right. It is 56. So 56 goes into this box. Let's just draw this diagram. So what do we have here? A circle, then a box, then a circle, then a box, circle, a box. Okay, so what is the first number? The topmost number is 8. Here we have 7. Okay, so 8 times 7 gives us that's right, 56. So now you tell me, this is a missing number here, but we have a number 72 in between. So 8 times what number gives us 72? That's right, 8 nines are 72. Yeah, so now we got the corner numbers. So multiply 7 and 9. 7 times 9, 7 nines are, that's right, 63. Okay, clear? Now I want you to do the next problem. It is the same way. Okay, in the previous problem we had these two corner numbers. Now you have these two corner numbers, so multiply these two, you will get a value, and you already have a number here, the middle value. The answer is written, so you need to know 11 times what gives you this answer. Okay, am I telling you everything? Okay, I don't want to. Okay, I want you to do this on your own. Chalo, I know you'll get this. Yeah, I want to explain decimals in the next session, since it is a lengthy topic. Okay, I'll explain decimals in the next session, that is tomorrow. Okay, yeah, so after you finish decimals, you have decimals and place value, and decimals and your calculator. So I'll try to explain decimals and place value, and decimals and your calculator, all three at a time. Okay, if time permits. So yeah, we are done with multiplication and division facts today. I hope you guys understood everything what I have explained to you. The remaining problems what I gave you as homework, please try to do them. Okay, please solve all the questions I gave you. If you do not get any problem, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Okay, I'll be always available for you guys. Okay, so don't worry about that. If you have any sort of doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. Chalo kids, take care. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.